Hey everybody, it's Brad.
And I'm Christa.
With the Big Family Homestead. And, well, it's fall.
It is fall. Look at that view.
Isn't that awesome?
I love it.
I do love the view. So a lot of you guys have been asking about an update on our daughter Grace. Mm-hmm. Well, since there's so many new people to the channel, we're going to give an update, but we also felt like we should at least do a brief recap for those who don't know what's going on, or maybe have seen her and her dental issues and thought, why don't they get that repaired? Well, this has been a long journey. It's a long journey. So we'll do the recap as quick as we can, and then we'll get to what's going on and what is happening, because there is finally progress.
Right, finally.
Okay. So, do you want me to do this part, or you want to do this part?
I can do this part. This part's easy. This part's
She's got
easy.
cerebral palsy, yeah.
So our daughter Grace, who is 19 years old, she was born at 26 weeks gestation. So she was very preemie. She was 1 pound and 15 ounces. She had to be resuscitated. She was on a ventilator for 2 months. She stayed in the NICU for 5 months. And it's just been an uphill battle with her health and her life. She does have cerebral palsy. She has developmentally delayed. She has swallowing issues. She can't swallow food, so she has a G-tube.
Which is ironically why we're in Wisconsin.
Exactly.
We'll get to that.
She also has hearing issues. So that's kind of the update that is what we're going to talk about today.
Dental and hearing.
Right. Yes. All of her she has a severe.
Hold on. There's more to it before we get to there.
No, I know.
Okay.
I know. She has a severe open bite. And so doctors have been wanting to do surgery, and then they don't want to do surgery, and then they say, oh, well, let's do this and see if this, and it's just been a nightmare.
There's a good place to pick up.
Yeah.
So when we were living in Ohio, Christa started doing a bunch of research on raw foods and whole foods, because Grace had been getting pneumonia several times a year because she would aspirate, and then it just got bad.
And then if she would get a cold, it would automatically go to pneumonia because she's got pulmonary issues.
Yeah, and she figured it out that if we started feeding her raw, whole foods, she stopped getting sick. Well, we were on 1 acre of land, and we had a mini cow, so she was getting raw milk, and goats, and there was her food went great. Well, the zoning changed.
Yeah.
And then they said, you either get rid of these animals that are making Grace better, or you're in trouble.
Yeah, you have to pay. There was a heavy fine.
Daily.
Yeah.
And so a person who is a channel watcher reached out to us and said, hey, I have this place in central Wisconsin and I can't use it right now. Do you want to consider a lease purchase? And we were like,
sure,
let's take a look. So we came up here and fell in love with it, and that's where we've been since. So the struggle with her health care was getting everything restarted from scratch, because before we left Ohio, there was a team of surgeons and doctors and professionals that all for years had said, as soon as she gets to this point developmentally, we'll do all the surgeries, because it had to be complete reconstruction.
Right. When she was done growing and she had all of her adult teeth, then we could do surgery. And
it was complete inside. It was going to be a multi-year process. Well, let's just say that the healthcare system changed around that time, and then all of a sudden, all these doctors who for years were like, yes, green light, there's a bug on me.
Yeah, Asian beetle.
They all of them, all of a sudden mysteriously said, no, we can't do it now.
Yeah, we can't do it now.
The funding kind of went away. But anyway, so
it wasn't essential.
But it is. Sorry. Okay, so fast forward to central Wisconsin. Now we're here and we're struggling to get her back in the system to get things moving forward.
And it's even harder now because she's technically an adult.
But that's
so
later than this.
Yeah, no, I know, but that rolls into it now.
It does. So we started getting her into the right appointments for dental and hearing and pulmonary and all of it, right? And then COVID happens.
Yeah.
And so everybody freaked out. All appointments were canceled. We lost out on some really good doctors.
Yep.
And that brings us to today. Now she is 19.
She is 19. And are we talking about dental or talking about hearing? Dental right now, right?
Well, both. But
So,
start with one.
Finally, so a couple of months ago, it's been 3 months ago, they're finally, allowing new patients to come and make appointments and things like that. So I finally got an appointment at a dentist an hour and a half away.
We'll take it.
We'll take it just so that I can get a referral for the oral surgeon in Marshfield. But that appointment's not until next October because that's how far they're booking out. So
we're not going to give up, though.
Not giving up.
No way.
I'm keeping that appointment. I'm calling every once in a while saying, hey, you got any cancellations, yada, yada. So that's that. And we've got to start with a referral from a dentist so that the oral surgeon will
even look at her.
We'll even look at her, which
then it's going to be probably who knows how long.
Right. And
but
so
we're not giving up.
She's got to see oral surgeon and orthodontia and dentistry. So it's a multi group multi-doctor kind of thing. When we were in Cincinnati, we would see what's called the craniofacial team, and they deal with all of this. And they have a bunch of doctors that come through,
They do it all at once.
It's all at once, all day long. It's a whole clinic, and you're there most of the day, and you got doctor after doctor. It's very overwhelming.
It's way, way more efficient.
It is way efficient, but they don't have that kind of thing up here. So we have to do things
working it the way that we can. So then you did just happen to get an appointment with an audiologist
and an ENT
for her hearing.
For her hearing. We have been noticing that her hearing is not what it was when so let me go back a little bit. Grace has had hearing aids for probably 10 years in her left ear because her hearing is just not what it needs to be, and so the hearing aid helped. Well, when we moved up here 5 years ago, the ENT that we saw, he's like, well, she can't wear this hearing aid because she's got drainage coming from that ear, so she's never going to have a healthy ear.
Right.
So he recommended
the
BAHA implant, which means BAHA stands for bone anchored hearing aid. And so she has a device that they put inside her skull, and then she has a little box that goes on the outside. It's a magnet.
Not inside her skull.
Yes.
It's underneath the skin, but attached to the skull, right?
Yeah. It's similar to a cochlear implant, but she has this magnet here that the hearing aid connects to.
It's cool.
And so she hears through the bone behind her ear. She doesn't have, it's her mechanical is what is causing her hearing loss, not neurological, which is what the doctor told me this past week. But her hearing has decreased in her right ear now, lower than her left ear was 3 years ago. So in the last 3 years, her hearing has dropped significantly. And so we're in the process of, the doctors are in the process of making sure that another BAHA implant is going to be what she needs for the right side.
So bad news, good news, bad news, good news, good news, bad news, however you want to slice it.
Right.
But at least there's progress.
There's progress. Right.
Yeah. It's been so hard on her
It has.
And I better shut up. I'm going to start crying.
Yeah. She
It's been tough, but she's tough.
she's a tough cookie. I mean, she really is. She's just super sweet, and
She's going to be better. And you know what?
Well, and okay, here's the thing though. She is as God made her.
Absolutely.
But her being a girl, a young girl, she wants to be like everybody else. And so
well, and
we have to do everything we can to help her do that.
yeah. So we're not going to give up.
No.
And regardless, one way or the other, she's going to be absolutely
Perfect.
physically perfect one day.
Right. Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So we do appreciate your prayers, and we do appreciate when you grieve with us in the struggle, because it does somehow help a little bit when you know somebody's rooting for you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there you have it, guys. That said, we appreciate
We
it.
appreciate you guys. So thank you.
That's it.
Yep.
Have a blessed day, guys.